Nev, let me tell you. I'm the seventh letter of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, yeah, we go.
I'm a gangster. I ain't snitching. God, your Android can't even save you.
It's still looking for the network, 5G or 4G or 3G.
G really went like,
Which
yo,
G is this?
yo.
This one is G to G?
G.
Why is
Bro.
it G or 5G?
G, what the fuck? G was
5G.
so... We counted 1, 2, 3.
No, G.
Wait,
What do you mean?
why are you guys treating me like Internet
Yeah, you lost all your
You're
gangster
the
points,
one-
bro.
This is when you go to Android, this is the life you gotta live,
You
bro.
lost all your gangster points,
Yeah.
bro.
What
All
the
the G
hell
points.
Send you an iMessage. I was wondering.
I'm the seventh letter of the alphabet.
No blue bubbles, bro.
Can I airdrop you some? Oh, sorry. Bluetooth.
Wait,
The Bluetooth
yo,
device.
come back, Bana.
The mics are blood clot open. Check.
Select accent for the podcast.
Calvin always late.
Yo, what's up? This is the mics are open.
Yo.
Episode 150, man. My name's G Money.
150.
And young.
And of course, Big C.
Man,
Man.
guys, I ain't even gonna lie to you guys, man. What a fucking heavy week it has been.
Right.
Did I swear within the first 1 minute? Oh my
By all
goodness.
means.
Let me reel that back. Yeah, what a heavy week it's been, bro.
It's been quite the one. Of course, I wouldn't say heavy. First and foremost, shout out to all the women who watch the podcast. Happy belated.
International Women's Day.
Yes, brilliant
It's your
one.
week.
Yeah, man. The theme for this year was break the bias.
Break the bias.
Bro, I learned a lot, man. I learned a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, shout out to Avril, Piera, Adele. We had a what do you call it? A Twitter space, right? Fam, you know, Avril and Piera said something, right? And they were talking about, you know how as ladies go perform at a concert,
Right.
Or even like McKenna was talking about how when she gave birth and she still needed to go gig,
Right.
Fam, bro.
Respect.
We don't even think about, is there going to be a changing room for a lady?
Right.
Is there going to be an area for a mother who's just given birth for her to be able to express? So some of these things that we just never really understand and think about. Yeah, man. So I'm all for that inclusivity, and of course for everyone who's out there, keep learning, man. Yeah.
Man, I don't even know where to start with this week, man. Obviously, the horrendous video of a woman being sexually assaulted and molested by border operators.
Yeah.
That was definitely heavy for
Low,
me.
low.
That was such a low.
Heavy, I think that was heavy for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
True.
And I think the fact that the video surfaced the day before International Women's Day as well was like, geez, what is this, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously, as a podcast, we're a bunch of dudes here having the conversations. I can speak for all of us, I'm sure, when I say you can't it can't be business as usual. You could not have not been affected
Yeah, man.
by that. Let me tell you, I watched that video, right? And the screams of that lady, I don't think I'll ever forget it.
I'm with you on that one. Because I remember I'd parked and I was waiting somewhere. And I remember hearing those screams and I started sweating. Because I was just like, fam, that is a human crying for help. That
And
is
out
like
of an immense fear.
immense. Like, you can't. So for me, watching that, and of course, the guys all around that, let's not even say guys, the men
The men,
in that video,
yeah.
fucking tragic.
You know, there's so many questions. Like, you know, one of the things that I kept on seeing on Twitter was, when did society get to this point? And it really kind of irked me because I think that we've ignored gender-based violence and patriarchy for so long. It's always been there. It's just that this is a situation that was caught on camera.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing about it is also, it's like, it's so easy to, I see people trying to divert the conversation like, oh, like I even saw somebody even inboxed me like, yeah, but guys are not asking, what did she do? Did she hit the guy? No one cares about the border. Yo, I'm like, what the fuck?
Fam, and I'm glad that
conversation.
the day when we're recording this podcast, of course, the lady has been able to give her side of the story.
Okay.
And this is actually what has happened to a lot of Kenyans, right?
Yep.
Let's not deter from this conversation. She happened to hit this guy, right? And this guy actually swerved in front of her. This has happened to all of us when we're driving.
Especially with
Fam,
borders.
Borders. Bro, I'll even give you guys an incident. Monday I was going to work, right? I was inside a roundabout. Inside a roundabout. I am
But on
turning...
road of your car.
No. I'm inside a roundabout. I'm turning to the left. Man just zoomed past like my side mirror. Bro, I stopped in the middle of the roundabout at 5:40. I was like, had I started to move again, home is gone.
Different story, yeah.
Right.
Right? And that was like before the whatever happened. But anyway, I digress, right? Accidents do happen. That is
100%.
why insurance is
That's
there.
why you have insurance, why you have garages.
You have all of
mechanics.
this. Exactly. All of those things are replaceable. Everybody's been in a situation, fender bender, what. But this whole story where it's gotten so ungovernable with Boda guys just ganging up. And
It's mad. And
fucking mad.
also like the fact that like the baying wolf pack of men who were there thought it was okay to strip that lady, to be touching her inappropriately, like as in it's like, I know we often say, oh, but I wouldn't do that, it wasn't me, like, but I think there has to be a concerted conversation amongst men who care and do better and know better to continually speak out against things like this. And ordinarily, like, ordinarily it's like you're always going to have people who try to divert the conversation.
Yeah.
But the salient and the most worrying thing is they didn't think they were doing something wrong.
Yeah, but I think at this particular moment, I also want to thank that cop who responded.
Right.
Yeah, because he really helps that situation.
Right.
Fam.
By the way, I didn't watch the whole video because I couldn't.
Well, obviously, I didn't get to that part. But of course, from the police reports and everything, the cop was able to intervene. Because here's the thing, right? The lady, that happened. Cool. The guy has broken the leg and everything. Why she's escaped is, I would too, bro.
Fam.
A whole gang of guys.
I know.
You understand?
Yeah, I know so many people who have similar stories.
Yeah.
And I mean, even men
Yeah.
have been beaten up and robbed by these guys. So the thing about it is, it's like, end of the day, like, it's a situation where they thought what they were doing was okay.
Man, that shit was too
And that
fucking...
says a lot.
That was too draconian. So, like, all the words, like, inhumane, everything. And to everyone who is out there, if you watch the mics are open, you're a dude, please always 100% respect women. Women deserve
Backbone
as
of
much as you
civilization.
do.
You know,
right?
you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a woman.
100%, man.
You know what I
So,
mean? So
respect the whole way.
yeah. Now, just to move on, why we've got your attention like this. Finally, we can announce that next weekend, the 20th of March, the mics are open, as in this guy and me, this guy and the full
Yes,
team.
sir.
Finally, we are back in Karura Forest.
Finally.
Now, it will please you guys to know it's no longer Walk with G. So y'all can feel free to come. It's Walk with Us. The mics are open. And we're planning a full morning and early afternoon. There's going to be kiddie bouncy castles. There's going to be even going to be wellness checks.
Nice.
Yeah.
Come along and get your blood
Your
pressure, your
BP,
teeth checked
everything.
as well.
Nice.
Also your there's teeth, there's
Eyesight.
eyesight as well. Get all that checked as well. And shout going out to Silas and Mtani Zoezi. Those guys are gonna come and do like a Zumba thing
Nice.
after the walk as well. The kiddies area bouncy castle, and we are paying for everyone.
Yep.
Well,
100
actually, not everyone. We're paying. You know, the last time we paid for like the first
100,
50,
100,
first 100.
first
Yeah,
100
yeah.
people.
We are paying for the first 500 people.
Yep.
Yes.
Pull up,
That's,
pull
that's
up, pull up,
the whole
pull
of
up, pull up.
Nairobi.
But I'm even paying parking, but don't tell anyone. But you have to register. So just go to the Mics Are Open Twitter handle, the Instagram page. Go to any of our pages. It's all there. Looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing. Shout out to our friends at APA who have come through. And they've provided all of the wellness checks and stuff as well. Want to make it a really holistic, because we're always, Andy and I as DJs, and then Neville as an MC, and Calvin as a rich person.
Yeah.
We're always inviting you. We're always inviting you for drinks.
Yeah.
And Sheree and
Accepted,
all
Calvin.
these things. You
If
know,
all you'd
this
be
time
like,
is different.
amen,
This
different.
time we're
Amen.
inviting you to come and do something for health. Come
Guys,
through for a walk.
listen, I know it's happening on a Sunday morning. Please make sure that, just spare the drinks at all night.
No.
You want guys to turn up and then come.
Yeah, if
Listen,
you are Johnny Walking,
Austin can,
and walk with us.
Austin can tell you. Fam, guys came the last time to walk off there.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, come to, but we're gonna have fun, man. The 20th of March. It actually coincides with International World Happiness Days.
I love
Nice.
it.
But you have to register if you want us, and there's merchandise as well that we're giving away as well. So if you want that merchandise, you want to get your caps and your t-shirts, we're giving that away as well. Just make sure you register. I would say the link is below, but there's no point putting it below because it can't help you.
Yeah.
Go to the Twitter page, go to the Instagram page, and
I think we
please
can put it in our
Actually, we'll put it in the description on the
Put it
YouTube.
on the
on YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're
Yes,
smart.
exactly.
There you go.
And of course, we'll send it to you guys. Yeah, man. So, how have you guys been? How's every other thing though?
Yo, let me ask you guys something. These two authors I had, or I was watching, have a conversation, and they know about each other's works, but one of the authors told the other author that they don't read their works, and the other author said, neither do I read your works. And they agreed on that because the moment you read someone else's work and maybe they touch on a subject that you delve on, it kind of can affect your own honest and personal thoughts or opinions about said conversation. And Neville and I, we've had this conversation a couple of times, like as content creators. Yes, these other content creators that we like watching, the likes of Joe Budden, Chucky, and all that. And Neville and I always have that, like, how often do you watch such content, or do you give yourself breaks and gaps? Like I really enjoy also listening to local, content,
Right.
like the Sandwich Podcast. I really enjoy that.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, start going out to them. But I also have to ask myself, how much of their content do I watch, and is that going to affect how I look at
That's actually
certain,
that's actually quite interesting, because I can tell you for a fact that I hardly listen. Like, I listen to who I listen to in terms of local content. Like, and sometimes obviously there's a language issue with me, no lie. But I always watch local content, and the thing that I judge from it is always aesthetic. I'm always looking at the aesthetic of other podcasts. So like, even the other day when I said to you how these guys, it's called a Joyride, how I loved the way they dressed and how they looked on their podcast. And I mean, I didn't listen to what they were saying, but I was like, the aesthetic to me was really everything. In terms of the podcasts and the stuff that I do consume like you guys a lot of stuff like from the UK, because the UK YouTube scene is so dope.
It's huge.
Do you know what I mean?
Crazy.
And I think that also, like, for us guys out here, I also think that there's a whole strand of entertainment that we haven't even tapped into yet as YouTubers over here. Like, a lot of stuff is conversational and it's relationship based, but there's a lot of fun shit we're not doing. Like, for the example, last week I watched a YouTube thing that was like Guess the Virgin.
Beta Squad.
And they had like 6 people lined up, right? And you had to like guess who was the virgin. And one guy was like, well, you know what? I stepped to 2 girls and they both said that my dick's too small. So they didn't give me no
that
play.
guy.
So that's why I'm a virgin. The next guy was like, you know me, I've looked after myself. So like, one of the guy was like a road man. Like a road man. You can see him in his tracksuit, everything. And he's like, yeah, you know, I've been looking after my sick mum for the last 7 years.
I don't even have time for that.
I don't even have time for that. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is hilarious. But like, so I'd love to see that strand of content
There's
creation.
content.
Yeah, but that's a good question, Andy. I mean, I don't know how much you guys consume.
I feel personally when I'm trying to get inspiration, like if I'm trying to put out content on the Good Company page, I'm like, damn, let me get some inspiration from those guys who've already done it. Just like as you've said, Nico Molano, Chunks, Harry Pinero, and the like.
Yeah.
But also, I have another side to it. When it comes to like, I've told Andy this before, when it comes to like podcasts and stuff, I've reduced the amount of podcasts I listen to because I just feel if I listen to more podcasts, some ideas, it might just interfere with my own creative process
Yeah,
and
your
just trying to be
originality.
original. Yeah, because I'm sure we've all had the same thoughts. Like when we were children, we all tried to figure out if the fridge light could, if you could catch it sleeping one time,
Yeah.
So just like that, all of us have thought of some way of thought. So if by watching or listening to other people sometimes might just throw me all the way off.
I can tell you one thing before you jump in. There's one radio show that I religiously listen to though. My own.
Why did I sit there?
It wasn't going anywhere.
Of course, that an Apple Night.
No, and
Radio 5,
you're
Apple
jumping,
Night.
but-
I thought it's the one you
Radio
listen
5.
to in the
Yeah,
morning.
I
Yeah,
listen to
Radio
Radio 5 in the
5.
morning.
Yeah.
But, and the reason I listen to my show is that I think that I must judge myself and say I can do that better or that better.
Or you
Calvin,
think there's no one
I do
who's
too.
doing it as well as you are?
I think for me, I'm picky. I struggle with consuming too much. At times it can get a bit too clouded, right? I like a bit of local content, but I'm very diverse. You get like I'm such an appointment kind of person. Like Monday evening, I have to watch what's his name, John Oliver.
right.
Right, so John Oliver always has a very interesting perspective to the news and everything that's happened in the last week, right? Then I'll probably, listen to Brilliant Idiots a bit here, there, but it's not
I've
what
gone
it
off
used
them,
to
though.
be in 2013. Mics are open. I listen to Andy and Nev, not consistently
yeah.
here, there, and bro, I'll admit
I listen to
I'll
Chop
struggle,
Chop
but
to find out what Andy's actually
really doing.
really doing.
Yeah, but
he's
for
really
me,
up to.
for what I've found myself enjoying the most in the last say around 2 months, right? Ebro, he's got a show called Rap Show. I like that. I like Doty. I like Africa Now, and I like listening to.
So you heavy on Apple?
I'm heavy on Apple. Funny enough, right? So Apple for me, I like the radio side. But when I'm listening to music, Spotify, right? So for me, it's all those different kinds. So there's a
Didn't
huge.
Spotify break down a few days ago?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
down.
really? I didn't even know
found out
that.
on the day of recording.
Locked out
Wow.
to everyone.
Yeah.
Yo, like, so,
And sorry, before I forget, Zane Lowe, because I think
Zane Lowe
he's
is
fucking
crazy.
superb, right?
do you know what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Zayn he's so back in the day, because he's been around for a minute,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Let me tell you how dope Zayn Lowe is. When he was joining the BBC, they paid him out of his contract with the station he was in.
Australia?
No, it was another UK station.
Okay.
I think I can't remember UK station.
Wow. Paid him
And
out.
had him sat there for months before he was allowed to go on air
Wow.
at Radio 1. And I remember one of my best memories is I remember he DJ'd at the Radio 1 staff party. And us guys have gone in there as roadman.
Yeah.
And we're like, all of us are thinking, why the fuck are they getting us to DJ?
This whitey.
This whitey, bro,
Yeah.
this guy, I remember the album that was hot was just dropped was Jay-Z's album, The Blueprint. My man begins his set with Encore. One over the niggas immediately. Then he starts to go into the samples and stuff. We're like, he's one of us. He's
a real one.
He's a
Straight
real
up.
music
Zayn Lowe is
head.
crazy.
Yeah,
And
like
Zayn can talk about anything.
Anything.
Fam, stop. This is a great departure, a great junction. Calvin and I were just having a conversation a minute ago downstairs before we came up to the studio. Fam, in Kenya, there are very few music radio presenters on air anymore.
Yep.
We're trying to, when I say music radio presenters, guys who you know
Yeah.
because of music. Like, if you think about it, right? Like, for example, Calligraph's working his new album.
Invisible currency.
Yeah.
Get
Now,
that.
how many people can he go and have a music conversation with?
Not a lot.
Not many.
A handful.
No.
It's like, that
Bro,
shit's
it's not
crazy.
even. Bro, it's actually not a handful. To
But
talk
let me-
about music, and even reference it back, front, what? Let's not talk about other nonsense in between music.
Because here, and I know, Andy, this is probably where the avenue you're going to go, but maybe slightly different, is that I find it a struggle when I'm in the studio and someone wants to talk about, okay, so I heard that blah, blah, blah was sleeping with blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you
And
see.
then-
Gossip.
so your guests are coming through.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I want to ask him about whether, and I'm like,
Yeah, because I wanted to play devil's advocate and
Yeah.
ask how many people really care about music. Like when we go, like G just said, sadly, more often than not, this could be the content that guys out there wanna get. Like, oh, what did he do? Yeah, he has a fire record, but I also heard that he slept with so and so. Sometimes I don't know, it seems more important to these people than the actual music. So us guys sit down, break down the music, we're losing our minds and everything. We find our own tribe. There's guys out there who also appreciate the musical side to these artists. But is there a bigger percentage that cares more about maybe their lifestyle or their personal issues?
I mean, I totally get you, Andy. Very, very well articulated, right? But I feel as radio presenters who people listen to, you know, Nev, G, Andy, right? You go for this particular person, you've generated time. You've dedicated because you want to get into this musical zone, right? Bro, there's all of these other magazines, online magazines, whose core business is actually to disseminate
The other
that.
side, yeah.
You get? So for us guys, cool. Yeah, they may love the whole sensational bit of it, but honestly, and I was actually talking to Kali about this week, right? And he was like, fam, I honestly don't do interviews no more with just anyone. You get? Because how are you going to drop? Say, for instance, Chris Kiger, you guys are buddies. You actually said it here on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dope
Dropped a great
album.
album.
Yeah,
You gave him
Adventures of Chris
him
Kiger.
a cosign.
Yeah.
Chris Kiger's dropped, was it 12 track or 11 track?
11 track.
11 track. He's dropped a whole body of work like that. How many fucking stories are in that album?
Many stories.
And also
So
when
many stories.
bro.
And then when he comes, like,
Yeah.
and I struggle with this because, you know, I think to myself, you know, obviously I have a new co-host, shout out to Charlie, and Charlie tends to drift onto that sensational side.
Yeah.
So like when BN and Inveri were in the other day, he was like, "Oh, I need to ask Inveri about X, Y, Z, blah blah blah," and I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
that's
yes.
interesting. Like, how do you handle that dynamic with someone there who's, you know, all about it? It's a crazy balance. But
Yeah.
I guess if you give people both with a proper balance.
But let's call it what it
take
is,
it.
man. Radio in the 254's actually gotten to a point where it's been driven by all of this sensational shit, to be honest, right? Like, fam, there's a reason why I tell you I listen to Zane Lowe. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to hear, because that's
music, bro. Yeah.
like, bro, the other day I was listening to an interview with Corday. And I was like, fam, I love the documentary, right? But now listening to him and then listening to another interview about Tiger, I had a whole different, like I have a newfound respect for Tiger. Tiger was talking about how reclusive he is in his own thoughts and everything. And bro, if I'm on TMZ, it's Tiger and Black China.
Yeah,
Right.
And that's why I think also myself, I'm drawn towards that kind of content because you want to, for me personally, when I'm even trying to, you know, engage like an interview with someone, you'd be that person who wants the audience to learn something new about
Yes.
this act instead of just bringing up stories. Yo, you got this one and this one pregnant. Yo, what's good about that? You know, so for me, I feel as if, yes, that's the norm, but you could be that guy or that girl or whoever who is like, damn, let the audience know about your real estate. Because you might go to another station and they ask you only about, you understand, that gossip side, but you might come, you know, to where we are, the mics are open. I'm sure if an artist sits here, we're going to learn many more things about that act that, you know, we all don't want. So I feel as if personally, as a personality, for me, it's all about, yo, can the audience learn something instead of can news blogs come and get something from this clip? Because we all want to put out a 15-second clip, like the way Drinks Champs do with the game, with, you know,
like a
which
snippet,
will make people want to anticipate that thing, you know. So I just guess maybe we just need to, you know, change our thinking and thing, you know.
I don't know. I just think that there's space, and I know that radio is commercially driven and blah blah blah, but I just think that, like, you know, that's probably why podcasts are blowing up. Because if you look at
100%.
Ikonini, Zach and
shout out more Africa.
You know,
Bro.
some of the numbers that they're posting are crazy.
It's
you know?
crazy because you can see there's actually
A market.
there's a
and there's
craving
market
for it.
Yeah.
And bro, let me tell you,
Music heads are out here.
Mofrika and Zach, Bro,
Shout out
they had a
Zach,
show
man.
back in the day, like 2006, 07. No, 05, 06. It was called The Joint. Bro, when you look at like all the cats who are big in hip hop right now, they came off of that. Because there was nothing like that on the radio. Bro, all the immortal techniques and everything. Everyone listened
the
to
music heads
bro. So when they came together, I was like, about
Makes
damn
sense.
time.
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
So
never
shout out to
think
Zach.
there's no audience for that because there are people out here who are craving. That's why even people love it when we had the verses talk and we were here saying, yo, Jay-Z can be taken by, this person. Because guys, there's actually an audience for that because it's fresh kind of, fresh kind
Takes,
of content. And talking about fresh kind of content, yo, Genius, Kanye West.
Week 3.
Yes. Let's talk about episode 1 and 2. Let's cap it off there because episode 3
We spoke about 2, ain't it?
Oh, for real?
Name wasn't here though.
Oh,
That's-
damn.
I'd like to hear his
Scarface.
thoughts as
Can I
well.
throw an alley-oop there? If you've watched the part 2 of the Genius documentary by Kanye West, of course, now we all love Kudi because he got
Yes.
$30 million from Netflix and
Yes.
he did wonders for that.
Right.
One of my friends, pick up a camera anyway. About episode 2, what almost brought me to tears, like literally, is the scene where Jay-Z is in studio. I've forgotten the song that he was making.
The Bounce.
Yes, but
Yeah.
Kanye comes in and Kanye is, that
Asking
guy,
him.
Yeah, it's like
can I be on your album? Like asking Jay.
asking him.
shoot your motherfucking shot.
Exactly, and you can hear Kudi in the background narrating and saying that this would definitely be that cosign
Right.
that he needs because he's gotten the Scarface. Right here, people are saying, yeah, your producer beats. But then when you see him make the rap, go into studio, there's a look that he gave Jay-Z when Jay-Z was like, that's it right there.
Yeah, no, Jay-Z gave him the.
Yeah. He was like,
yeah,
spit that out.
But
That's the one.
I think that was the most humble we've ever seen Kanye.
Kanye.
Yes.
Inside that booth.
Yes. Yes.
Because Jay-Z was playing coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was just like,
in that pocket, in the
Yeah.
pocket, in the pocket.
Come bring
Yo.
it back, and he was telling him how to say it, and you could see as the scene ends, just before Kanye gets out of the studio, there's a look that Kanye gives Jay-Z where it's admiration. This is, I'm trying to impress you, and I have done that. And when he comes out of the studio, and Coogie's like, "Yo," and Jay-Z is out there saying, "Closed mouths don't get fed."
Yeah,
If you keep quiet in
But
the
that's one
room,
of Jay-Z's famous rap lines. A closed mouth don't get fed.
and for me watching this, I used to think Jay-Z and Kanye West were best of friends from like childhood. I thought these were people who were together like that.
Day
But
one.
just seeing them in the documentary, and even there's a point where Kanye and Jay-Z, they have they say hi to each other, but it's not that where
I
we
think
are
they just
friends
needed
yet.
each other. At that time, they just
Yeah.
needed each other. He had the hot beats. He was the hot SMC. Because, you have to frame it within the context of the time. Jay-Z was
it. Oh, I can
Like, you know
from
what
the
I'm trying to say?
documentary I could tell. Plus,
You know?
it brought me back to my own personal moment as someone who was trying. Let me just speak for real. It's a daunting task when you're given an opportunity and you have to complete that opportunity.
Right.
For me personally, I was given an opportunity by G-Money to be on a radio show. You don't even know what it's about, but you're like, the hunger and fire inside you is like, yo, you gotta go there and you gotta do it. This is G-Money. Just like the way you all see G-Money, this is G-Money. So when I went there, I could relate to what Kanye West said. If I tucked myself in, if I didn't open my mouth, if I didn't go for that opportunity, that's why I said this moment brought me to tears. It's because I was just like, damn, I could see myself in that moment where your idol or the person you're looking up to is in the room. He knows you can do it, but you just gotta bring it out, So I've never actually said it, but yo, G, when I watched that, that's why I even texted in the group like, yo, G, watch Genius Part 2, because it really brought me to that moment where you have to step up when you're in that position. Because the opportunity, yes, it comes, but stepping up to the plate is also
Yeah,
a conversation
it's a
that
different
we
thing.
don't always have.
Yeah. Like I was thinking how many niggas in that room
Would
were
have done that.
like, damn,
I
he
could've done
actually
that.
shot his shot to Jay. Like
But-
we're
but-
watching this happen. Yeah.
But don't you also think that, like, I kind of think that Pharrell and Luda and those men them were just gassing it.
Pharrell walked
Like,
out
walked
of
out of the studio, came back.
I think they were gassing
But
it.
I think
Pharrell overdid it.
Like Luda, I think Luda was the worst. I don't think like if you
no. I think
because remember at that time, Ludacris was the first signing for Def Jam South. Ludacris was flames. Hot.
Luda, different
Flames.
sound and everything, right? This is beer. What was it called?
Beer. No, that was
No. The album beer chicken what?
Chicken and beer,
that was, but that was the second. Oh, that was the second album. His second album.
The
first
album
album was
had
the one that
beer
had-
and chicken.
the
The
first album
title
had,
like
I
that.
wanna
Yeah.
click
From your
head
bam.
to your
And this
toe.
is oh my god.
Luda was fire.
Oof, Luda.
Luda was
At that
fire.
particular point, yeah. So, but
So you're saying
I
that
think
they were playing her. They were gassing.
no,
her.
honestly, fam, no.
Maybe,
For
yeah.
Pharrell, for Pharrell, no, bro.
Luda-
Because Pharrell is a producer, always been.
When Pharrell said, he said through the wire.
No, but for Pharrell,
I think that was authentic.
that part
Because
was
he was-
authentic.
yeah.
Pharrell was a
Spitting
producer,
myself through the-
so he
through the
saw.
wire.
He was like,
He
"Oh
exaggerated
shit,
then. Let's
oh
say he
shit."
exaggerated.
Running out,
Running out of
it's a
studio.
black thing. We get it.
But I will tell you this, and I'll say this, bro. Like, honestly, fam, if I was Kanye West, I'd like, you see, like guys say that Kanye West acts up. If I was Kanye and watching that documentary and seeing how he struggled to get put on, you know, then you can't tell me. Like, when you hear that song,
You don't know episode 3.
well,
bro.
we ain't going there. I'm scared of watching episode 3.
I've had enough
Hold up,
inspiration.
before we even get into
bro.
that, sorry, because this was going to bug my head. Chicken and beer.
Chicken and Beer.
2003.
The Luda
Luda.
album.
Yeah.
But
So,
fam, episode 3. Now let me tell you, we all know what's gonna happen in episode 3,
fam,
right? Or what's happened in episode 3.
Yeah.
I got to the.
I don't think I'm ready for it.
I watched it. I got to the point where
Don't spill nothing, bro.
where Kudi says,
Don't.
No,
Bro,
let me just say, Kudi was called in to do a special thing for the family. I was like, yeah, so I don't think I'm watching it.
Yeah,
like I'm being
no
funny.
more.
Yo, Sunday I was in the house, right, chilling. I'm like, okay, so
wait for
what are
this.
we gonna watch? And then in my everything's just telling
By
me,
the way, let me tell
watch
you.
episode 3.
Let me tell you something, bro. I'm gonna tell you something. Like, that's crazy. We all know that Kanye's mom's gonna pass away in episode 3.
Yeah,
It's a given. We know that, right?
Yeah.
Fam, knowing him as an only child, someone who's been so supported by his mom, and I think about the same status and how much support I was given by my grandma.
yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for it.
Bro, the things Kudi has done for you guys in that episode. Yeah.
Thank you,
Kudi knew what he was
He
doing.
knew what he was doing.
Fam, I ain't watching it. I'm ready. Has 4 dropped?
I'm sure.
I saw someone.
No, it's over. It's over.
Three's the last one.
What?
Three's the last one.
Well, fuck it. I guess I'm done. I know the whole story after that. Man, but the man
You
made
need to see
30
the
mil.
changes that Kanye goes through as a human being. Like,
So let me just remind you, if you've joined us late, don't forget, register in the comments. The mics are open. The Happiness Walk, we're doing it on the 20th of March. The link is in the conversation at the bottom. Make sure you register. Once you put your name down, then when you come in, you'll get your merchandise, you'll get your stuff, you'll get your free entry. Make sure you do it. We're walking for happiness. Shout out to APA Insurance.
yeah. Or
Yeah.
you're still plugging lockdown?
We're plugging. I don't think, no, there's no lockdown this week.
Okay.
There's just a wake up call this week.
So. Nice. Now, I saw a tweet and I could relate so much. Being someone who doesn't drink alcohol, but this is from back in the day, I'd like to get your thoughts on it. So this chick tweeted, "I'm sorry, I've always been a, quote, pay for what you ordered, end quote, person over splitting the bill.
Okay.
Because I'm not about to pay for something that is more than what I ate."
Word.
Okay.
How do you guys? Because I've been in situations where, and especially in uni, being the person who doesn't drink alcohol, my budget is going to be around 500 bob. So why again am I chucking 1500 bob for guys to buy a boti that I'm not going to even partake?
It's the vibes. Okay. You're paying
But I think honestly, in your situation,
Not
Andy,
through my money, bro.
Andy, like if you are with like me and my homies when we're drinking, you're not in the math. Automatically, it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Fam, the bill's already on 20 grand, and then we're
I
telling
need that
Andy
soda.
water is 200 bob. But you guys, you need to bring your 3K.
let me tell you.
No.
For me,
pay Uber.
I won't even lie to you.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I think splitting the bill is cool, but it's the only reason guys do it because it's easy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you. Once I finish eating, I want to get out of the restaurant. But I don't want to hear what like Millie's like. But I only ate like 1,273 minus.
Don't you hate it when you guys at the club or at the hotel and the bill comes and then everyone has their calculator out?
I only
Like,
ate
so
2
you-
sausages,
yeah,
a fry.
Yeah, Nani will pay, so send Nani the money.
But like honestly, also, let's just be real, man. But anyway, different pockets, different situations. There's at times like G and I will be somewhere. We're having breakfast or something. Man, there's times I'm not telling this guy we got that. It's just like bring
you
this
get the
thing.
message.
You get,
Situations, yes, it's
yeah.
understandable.
But bro,
Yeah.
how are we gonna start 1,500, 750s? You know. But honestly, I think there's things to it, right? There's situations where you look at the table. It's all about being understanding. You can't be tone deaf to things, right? Like for me and when I go for lunch with my family, my uncle and all of them, fam, gee, you didn't prepare me for this shit. They make me pay for every fucking thing. Like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, but then
Calvin, you're
but
rich.
that's what you are now, bro.
Nah,
Bro,
but
listen, fam. I remember like when I used to go home.
yeah.
It's like, fam, that's where you are in your life now. You
Yeah.
think I can go home and tell guys to split the bill? Are you mad?
Ain't no way.
Yeah, you can't do
No,
that.
I can't. They just
can't.
be like, yeah, him. What? It's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a
But
blessing. Can you imagine you go home and you're so fucking broke? They look at this motherfucker.
Can you wash the dishes? Yeah, but yeah, be considerate, man. You just can't be throwing bills at people just like that, to be honest, right?
So should guys like have a conversation? Because I can imagine these things happen at the end of the night or the
Yeah.
shindig when the bill has been brought, because this conversation was not had earlier on. As we just came, we had the party, we've drunk, we've eaten, boom, the bill.
It's like when
Me,
we
I
had.
know when I go out, I always have enough money for my bill. Like,
It's like when
push comes to shove.
we
There ain't
had
no game.
when we had his breakfast thingy the other day.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Wagwan, right? So
Which, yeah, I
You
feel
get-
like that's how it should be.
yeah,
Like, let us know beforehand.
communication for this kind of situation, should always be like that. We know beforehand, Wagwan. So that nonsense of at the end of the night, yo, who's this guy? What? It can be a bit tedious, yeah.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, something else. Let me throw this before. I should have brought this up when we were talking about Kanye West. We were still talking about the culture. And I was asking this to G in the morning. Let me ask you guys, Calvin and Neville, are you open and willing to receive a very expensive gift from a fan of yours, like say a Rolex that costs maybe 50 racks or something?
listen. Let me tell you. Listen to the camera. I've recently reignited my love of watches. So if there's anyone out there who wants to give me a Submariner or a GMT,
A Rolly, a
we're
Patek.
nice.
You saw that shit on Twitter.
Which shit?
I was okay. Listen, so what happened was we've just learned that the president has a very huge.
But by the way, our president
collection.
has a crazy watch collection.
Man.
The watch he wore to
Motaiga the other day.
Mosaic the other day.
Yeah.
$1,050.
Fam.
$1,000.
The richest
Like,
military them there.
Bro, you know what's crazy? There was that other picture yesterday, a couple of days ago, now that it's Friday, right? That was him wearing two watches. You know, he has that kind of thing. Fam, I was out there zooming in.
I'm
I'm
surprised. This is the president.
No, but the thing about it is,
surprised.
but here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. The thing about like watches, like these guys have got crazy though, right?
Yeah.
But the thing with the watch culture is, at the end of the day, like even my bro, he bought a watch the other day for $13,000. Yeah. The watch is worth $40,000 now.
Yeah.
Because
We were talking
of
about
a scarcity in the world
Patek.
supply.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't a Patek. It was a particular Rolly or something.
Yeah. So watches actually, it's like buying an apartment. Only that it may take you a bit longer to sell an apartment.
By the way, even like if you have like a 19s, 50s Rolex,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's all scuffed up
Vintage
and
and-
shit,
yeah.
bro, that shit is worth more than new equivalent. And I'm even learning now that I'm reigniting my love of watches. You know, it's like, for example, if you can polish watches and whatever, like every 5 years, like for my watch, every 5 years you're supposed to go get the service and stuff, right? Now, the thing about it is, if you polish, you can actually reduce the value of the watch by polishing too much. So they only recommend that you polish it like every, no more than 3 times in the lifetime of a watch, and like every 3 years, right? And the thing about it is crazy is, some watches, the more they're worn and they have that worn look, they appreciate in value. You know, the other day, you guys saw me the other day when I scratched my watch.
Yeah.
And I was like depressed.
Very.
I'm still depressed, but I know that I'm gonna let the scratch stay there for like a little 2-3 years, and then I'm gonna polish it. But
here's the
only
thing:
one.
I feel like it really
Makes
wouldn't
open
be fair to
vintage.
talk about watches, and you actually haven't quoted the value of your watch. How would you talk about? Yeah, like you just said, my watch, my watch, my watch. I was just waiting.
Zimani, I think you should be debriefing Calvin on things not to bring up on the
The guys for
podcast.
Casio Tuliani.
But yeah, okay. So before we digress,
my brother gave me a Cartier Santos something
Yeah.
for my birthday. It's probably worth $1 million shillings.
Oh wow.
Uhuru would be like, "What is this
But
watch you're wearing?"
It was a gift.
It was
I
a
don't-
gift.
You notice I don't wear it. Apple Watch.
That can go.
Yeah, but
Apple
I
watches
asked-
don't
I
be
asked you guys that
appreciated.
because Kodak Black just received recently his dream car from a fan. This is Kodak Black who can buy himself anything,
God, I
including
see.
What you're doing
including
for others.
his dream
Black.
car.
What fun!
Was it a 76, a 71, or 76 Chevy or something? His dream car. Someone who, and he's dropped an album recently, and he's celebrating number 4 from one of the singles on the album. Like, he's doing good right now. Good right now. He can buy himself whatever he wants.
Yeah, but you see, the thing about it is being able to buy yourself whatever you want is one thing.
That's
But
crazy.
I don't think it will ever feature a point where somebody cannot get me something that I really like. So, for example, that's like his dream car. The thought that's gone into it. Like the other day, what's his face? The YouTuber, KSI. He bought his dad a Porsche, right? Old, like it was a 1980s Porsche. Right? That was his dad's dream car. Like, this is the car that I like. So he went out there and found like a really vintage one. And so I think that kind of gift you can never like, it's never too much.
Yeah, and
now,
the-
I mean, if someone gives you a 2020 Land Cruiser, yeah.
Damn, wait.
Comments below. We are taking Land Cruisers, Hiluxes, CRVs, BMWs.
So y'all are taking these gifts from.
Randoms?
Yeah.
In my
'Cause
name?
This one came
I mean,
and went like, yo,
bro.
I've been listening to you since high school, bro. Like,
Fam.
you're my guy.
Last
Boom, Chevy.
week Friday.
I'm
Last week
taking it.
Friday, I was by the bar. I got gifts in form of drinks. I didn't say no.
No, bro, unexpensive. Leave alone
Bro,
that.
that
A
whiskey
very
was expensive.
gift.
No, but the thing
Like,
about
Calvin,
it,
someone wants to buy you a whole bike. Like, yo, take this, a Ducati
by
or
the
something. I don't
way,
know.
can I borrow your bike?
Yes, down the road.
Now that we're neighbors.
Yeah.
But
Now here's the thing, right? For me, I'm a bit iffy about it because of this society here.
well, there is that.
Yeah. They'll be
Carry.
like, Nev, well, you can't even buy nothing. Who you know?
bought for
See, you
life.
were bought for. Bro, that's the only problem.
Yeah,
'cause
true. You can't
that's
bring,
because I feel
you're
like,
also not
but
taking-
also on the flip side, right? On the flip side, I feel like there's a lot of gifting that happens and it's not public, right?
But hold on, rewind. You the other day you said to me that you'd buy me a ticket to go to Dubai.
Yeah.
You know the other day Calvin sent me 10 G's. Like out the blue, like hold that. Rich man. So he said he told me
We are watching.
that he'd buy me a ticket to go to Dubai. Just he wanted to go to Dubai. He's like, yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
And I said no.
Huh?
You know why I said no? I said
Calvin-
no because Calvin will never say, remember that time I paid you to go to Dubai?
Calvin
Fine.
Kumbe, one of
Calvin,
those
nilipia
people.
mimi.
But I would never. I would actually never. Because
a
for
win-win
me,
for you.
Because for me,
As he posts your selfie, he's like, quotes, I paid the ticket.
I could never.
I say that to say I know your point. Yeah, go on.
But for me, honestly, I'd accept, but it has to depend on who you are.
Fam, let's say
This
if,
is a
wait minute.
random fun.
Random,
No.
I'm not too kosher
like
with
if,
that.
If like shout out to One Way, right?
Yeah.
Brian, right? I've known Brian for
Years.
years, and he's rich now.
Paper.
Taxman, yeah. If Brian came to me and said, "Yo, G, you know what? Bam, there's the new IMAX studio this.
iPhone
Hold it.
13,
Like 8, 9, 10 grand worth. My pride alone would make me take it. I'm taking that shit. What?
Yep.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Bro.
Let me test it real quick. I'm going to give it back to you.
If it's a random, you're not taking it. But if
Random,
you've got a rapport,
No, it depends on the approach. Like, if somebody comes to me and they say to me, "Hey, G, you know what? I've been listening to you for the last 10 years, blah, 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 blah. The moment of meditation is this is what they always say anyway. The moment of meditation has got me through some of the darkest moments of my life. You don't know the impact you're having. And I just thought to myself that I'd like to get you this Submariner Rolex just as a token of my esteem.
So that you can meditate better.
So you can meditate better and be early for work. I'll be like, do you know what? I can't accept this, but really I can.
But yeah,
I don't
man.
know
So
what to say, but thank
I'm
you.
a bit.
You're not taking it.
Taking it.
I
You?
don't think I'm taking it, bro.
Even from like a person you know.
If I
Like
have
a listener.
if I have a rapport with you,
No, like a
then I
listener,
go-
a
listener.
listener.
How you gonna have to sign some shit, non-disclosure?
Aye, sign what?
an expensive gift from a listener, bro.
As long as I get the
Like if
receipt.
she buys you
As long
the,
as it,
what if she buys you, the real J's, Sisi Lezahapa, like the real, she gets you like some new Steph
I think
Curry's.
here's the thing.
Like,
And
the
then,
one-
and then when I
let
wear
me,
them,
let
I
me
don't know
wrap
where
it
I'm
up.
going.
Let me put it
They
like
take
this.
me somewhere else.
Let me
'cause
put it
witchcraft
like
is
this.
happening, bro.
I'm not sounding pompous or anything, but it has to be. I can accept up until a certain value.
Nah, fam.
I say gifts shouldn't
If
be.
any of you want to buy
This
me,
is taking- this is very taking.
I'm taking it.
I'm a third.
No,
Get me
you know
lit.
what? But
Let's go.
you know why I'm taking it? Because sometimes when someone gives you a gift, it's not about you.
Yeah.
It's about how it makes them feel.
Yep.
So if somebody out there feels sad in their life, and they want
God bless you with the new.
you know,
Take it.
No, but sometimes the thing about it is, it's like, and I think, why wouldn't you take it? Think about it. You've had an impact on this person's life, and they feel sufficiently moved to appreciate you. Why wouldn't you? Like, I know that I don't accept drinks in the club, but I'm sorry. If I offend people when they ask me to buy, I don't accept drinks in the club.
Okay.
For a simple reason. My name, trying to get rice out. You get me? So
You ain't trying to
I'm
eat
very,
some
very
rice
funny
and pilau.
about taking drinks from people in the clubs, right? But if someone says to me,
Imagine finding G like this.
Gila. In kahawa
bro,
sukari.
by the way, I fell asleep in a club the other day. I was so disgusted with myself.
I'm sure the photo is out there.
But that's another story.
An NFT.
But yeah, but if we work in a space that impacts people's life. I'm
Yeah.
sure that you've had someone come up to you and say, by the way, I really appreciate you said this thing on the radio, blah blah blah. It's like the other day when someone said to me somebody said to me how I told them something as simple as, listen, just do you, the world will have to find space for you. And then this grown ass man comes to me and said to me, 10 years, his alcohol, he's drunk as well. 10 years ago when you said blah, 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 you don't know the impact it had. I'm like, nigga, if it had that much impact, where's the Rolex?
Show me,
Send
nigga.
them, send it over.
But I guess it's fear of the unknown, because you remember that time someone had made was it a painting or a drawing of you? And they got in touch. They were like, yo, G, I have this for you. Then they hit you with the bill afterwards.
Where the motherfucking
wait,
paintings are,
they
by
hit
the
you with
way?
the bill after?
Yo,
Hit
that
you
shit
with
was.
the bill afterwards.
It wasn't like
It's
you
the fear of the
promote-
unknown.
Bro.
That's what G thought. Like, hey, man, like, I've impacted you so much that you made
Hey,
a
no more
drawing
exposure
of me.
for payment.
Let me tell you.
By the way,
Let me tell you, in Kenya, you ain't made it unless you've gotten a
that's
painting.
the biggest scam
Ever.
So let me explain to you
There's
guys.
people who wait for, who's coming next?
Who's blowing?
Who's blowing?
So
Adekunle is
basically-
coming back. Let me
So
draw
guys, you don't
Adekunle.
understand. Let me explain.
Popcorn is coming.
Let me draw.
Let me explain to you the scam how it works, because guys are wondering what we're talking about. So when you get famous or when you get like known, right? There's a whole group of artists who draw you like a portrait.
Like a portrait, yeah.
Then they come to the studio and they're like, G, you're my favorite artist, and I drew you this, and it's framed nicely, by the way.
Everything done.
So the first time they like when I
Approach
first
you.
came and they did the first one, it didn't look nothing like me. Gee, man, I was chuffed. I was like, somebody cares enough to draw a picture.
Yeah.
Then the second one came. I'm like, sour. And it's like, yeah, I paid 3,500 to frame it. I'm like, okay. Do you know when I knew it was a scam?
Tell me.
When my grandmother died, I don't know if you remember, somebody took a picture off of my IG of me and my grandmother in Puerto Rico, drew it, and then came and tried to sell it to me. Fam, I hit the fucking roof.
Oh my goodness.
In the middle of my grief, you're trying to fucking exploit me.
That's crazy.
Kenyans have no respect.
Then that was the third one. The fourth one I have out here somewhere. The one I had. The only reason I paid for that one, because that shit was good, right?
It looked like a G-Money.
Yeah. But after that, it's a scam, fam. I'm not. How many pictures of yourself can you have?
Now that's the fear of the unknown. Like you don't know the motive behind this gift, bro.
Fam, I could buy
That's
some
why.
mirrors.
If you want to see yourself that much.
You know, this conversation of gifts, let me just try and twist it in a way, because I came across a tweet that was put out by a lady who was trying to suggest that as men, we don't have like a long list of gifts you can get us. You get me? Because socks, the ones outside lifestyle, you know, and a tie, you know, so these small things are the ones us men have persevered for a long time. Tumevumilia sana, kupewa ties and everything. I feel as if the list can broaden. Why can't I get a MacBook?
I saw that. But you know what I think it is also? I kind of think that
Laziness.
it's laziness.
How the
Because
fuck
think
you
about
go-
it.
I can
Think
also
about
get
it.
a
Wait,
car. You can put a ribbon on it and close my eyes and bring my birthday.
Yo, I'll give you guys an example. Why I've said laziness is this. Fam, about 2-3 years ago, I got given 14 tins. Remember? I was like, fucking hell.
But you're given what?
Tintin.
Oh, the magazine.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
comics.
Yeah.
I was like, bro,
This
like,
person knows me. He was gassed.
Yeah.
yeah, I was gassed because hardcover Tintins are hard
Hard to come by.
Come
Yeah.
by, right?
Yeah. Word,
but
word.
had you
It's
given
a
me
thought.
some fucking
Yeah.
socks?
Fam, and also,
So can we broaden that list?
well,
Like-
put it this way: if
Yeah.
a random listener, you, is gonna buy me a 10 grand Rolex, are you trying to tell me that like the significant other can't fucking spend some time to think about what makes you tick?
Yeah.
The thing about it is a gift does not need to be expensive. It needs to
thought.
be thoughtful. Men are simple. We're simple.
That's why if you ask us what we want, we can't tell
We
you.
can't
what,
even
yeah, I
tell you
want
a
this.
lunch, a food, a word. You know, I feel as if yes, the list now needs to go beyond those
Big
sources
creative.
and
Those guys
our,
are different.
Our wardrobes are
I
full.
appreciated the 4 comics, fam. Let me tell you, they are so well covered. Like, I feel like, you know, if the house was burning,
3
comics.
things you are saving. Comics.
I love them.
I agree. So the list needs to be broad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Broaden. Can I add something to this conversation today?
Sure.
Because I know that 90% of the people who listen to this podcast on Anchor or whatever platform listen on Castbox. A lot of people listen on Castbox, which is famous on Android devices.
Yeah.
Can I just say I am now Team Android? I'm proud.
After taking the piece.
Let
those
me tell
many
you,
years.
I have discovered. It's Android.
You've discovered what? Global peace?
I've discovered that Android phones are so much more customizable than iPhones. That
Who's paying
honestly-
you?
That on
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
Hurry!
Is this the same guy where we left a show
Oh,
once
yeah,
from studio
yeah.
and went straight and bought the latest iPhone? Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
you?
Bro,
This is crazy.
I had
to
to,
me.
you know,
History is
you know,
coming
for
back to
me,
bite him in the ass.
you know, this is the second time
All I
in
did
a
was
week.
be nice to these
This is
people.
the second time in a week I've sat through this speech, so I'm just like, G sat me down. We were going to the sandwich thing. He's like, yo, you know, Android, bro. Whoa. Me was just like, yeah, well, let me show you how we can put maps in the car.
See who's this you're hanging out
Hey,
with?
Bana.
Tell us.
Like, what are you saving for?
wow. All right, forget that. Forget it. It's okay.
Didn't go how he
I
planned.
still have an iPhone, yeah. So you know, yeah.
Still on default.
I'm enjoying it. It's so customizable.
What are you enjoying?
fun.
Customizing, bro.
Like,
So,
what?
for example-
Like, tell us.
Okay, so
what?
for example, there's this thing here where you see when, like, for example, there's 4 matches. You can pin the results to the home screen, which I think is genius. So as soon as you open, you're seeing
so that you see your team losing.
even that.
So, okay, cool. That's point
That's
number
one.
1, right?
Another one is this,
hold
like-
up. We're going to give you a different thing for everything you say. Don't you have DSTV in your house?
Okay.
Yes. Wait. Let me
And
show
you
you
can
another
watch
one.
Gold Rush.
Live.
I can scroll down to notifications. Then I can reply within the notification thing.
You can do that on iPhone
Yeah,
as
you
well.
can do that.
You can?
Yeah. Give us another one. Give us another one.
I know you watched the Apple event this week.
Yeah, I saw him tweet.
I know you watched the Apple
Whoa.
I know G's plug for iPhones
If you
is
press
already-
it, if you press it for long, right?
Oh, shit.
If you press it for long, if you fucking press it for long, man.
Wow.
You can even go on WhatsApp and check somebody's message
Hey,
without
yeah.
opening it
Mikubaya.
and read the whole thing. Just long press it.
Ni sawa nitakuwekea hii.
Be a man, give it away on the podcast. Give it away.
Hey, no.
Give it away.
No, we shall keep it. It's just studio phone.
Yo, when was
not
the last
giving
time you
away.
guys were on a queue in a supermarket or something?
Huh?
Wow, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Fam, Saturday, bro. Fucking bulbs.
Check out this tweet. Please do those bank to M-Pesa transactions before getting to the supermarket till. Let's talk about things that
Aye. Amuta
ask
to
people.
harakisha. No.
No, but it's sometimes
This
like,
is
bro,
my money. You won't tell me
Yeah.
how to use it.
I'm also one of
No,
those guys.
bro, I've gone to the supermarket, right? And bro, maybe I saw an extra,
Yeah.
some nice new brand of spaghetti.
come again another day, bro.
No.
The moment you're in front
Bro,
of
let
me,
me tell
there's
you.
no going back.
Fam, me, I'm in the
Use the next
supermarket.
year.
I'm in the supermarket like maybe 6 times a year. Bro, the other thing is convenience store.
Hey,
You understand?
Calvin, hebu ngoja. 6 times a year.
That's very precise.
I genuinely didn't know you could reply to messages like I feel so
Yeah, man.
Android imekuua mad. All right, so we go open mic.
Yes.
Everybody ready? Oh,
Wait.
yeah.
One thing. Fam, by the way, it's really interesting on Twitter right now. People are complaining that they're ordering for their deliveries, like Glovo and these ones, and no one's delivering because there's no border drivers.
Andy, how will you get up?
Bro, I struggled coming here today, bro.
Especially if you have a boda guy.
Yo, you know, I called my boda guy after work to come pick me up. He's like, they took it from me.
Wamechukua
serious?
machine.
Yo, let me tell you. So in the morning when I
They
called
took it
him,
from me.
yeah, I had to ask like, yo, what's it like out there today? Like, do I wait for you or do I just get to move in? He was like, you know what? Me and my cousins are here because his cousins and a couple of his friends stay in the same area and in the same business. So they were like, his cousins and his friends said they are not going out this morning. But he was like, just
Cousin
trust
ni
God.
cousin.
So my man tells me immediately he dropped me off. The next roundabout,
They could caught up.
just like that.
It's gonna be
And
tough,
now you
man.
know it's more than 30K
But-
to get out of that situation.
Man.
So might as well buy another bike.
But yeah,
Sorry,
shout out
bro.
to the president. The president,
Crazy,
of course,
bro.
coming
Sorry,
up
man.
with some regulations. They've actually
that.
been
Let
told
me
for
see.
registration it's going to be free.
Yeah.
Before they were being charged 5K, so the president said no fee, but you will have to be registered.
Fam, let me tell you, for those of you who grew up with siblings, I don't know, I mean, you had like your sister, right? But in my house, I had my brother, my sister, and loads of cousins. It's like when my grandma would come home and something was broken and she couldn't find out who did it.
Whip everyone.
Everybody gets it.
Everybody.
Everyone gets it.
But that's like you all weren't snitching.
Aye.
Are you mad?
So you all take a beating for one person.
Yeah. You've
Wow.
never done that, bro. Even in school, like the teacher would come ask for noisemakers, nobody would talk, and then all you would go for
Someone
Ama
always
Andy.
talked.
Nev.
Not me, not
I
me.
knew it,
But
Andy.
someone always talked.
Nev, let me tell you. I'm the 7th letter of the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, yeah, we go.
I'm a gangster. I ain't snitching. God, your Android can't even save you.
It's still looking for the network 5G or 4G or 3G.
G really went like,
Which
yo,
G is
yo.
Is this one G to G?
G,
Why is
bro.
it G or 5G?
G, what the fuck? G was
5G.
we counted 1, 2, 3.
No, G.
Wait, why are you guys treating me like Internet
Yeah, you lost all
Explorer?
your
You're
gangster
the
points,
one,
bro.
This is when you go to Android, this is the life you gotta live.
You lost
bro.
all your gangster points, bro.
What
All
the
the G
hell
points.
was
Send you an
that?
iMessage. I was wondering.
I'm the 7th letter of the alphabet.
No blue bubbles, bro.
Can I airdrop you some? Oh, sorry. Bluetooth.
Wait,
The Bluetooth
yo,
device.
come back, bana.
The Bluetooth device is ready to
Are
pair.
we ever gonna get
Wait,
any
what's
endorsements?
to be? Yo, let me ask
I
you.
didn't know you could press on. I'm so stoked. Like if I press
What's,
on that.
let me ask
Oh,
you.
shit, it's
True
open.
story.
Open.
What's a RAM on your thingy on your Android phone?
I don't know.
It's definitely lower than your iPhone, right?
I think it's 4 GB.
You need to get back on your higher RAM. It's showing.
Hey, I rammed them. All right, so let me just ask you all, gents, just to open up the floor for mics are open. If you were to apologize to a part of your body, which part are you apologizing to? Men, I know you're, Musias, don't think about it. Not that thing. You're stroking it every night. The monkey is crying.
Never stop
Apart from,
projecting.
you're doing a laying. Apart from that, which body part would you apologize to?
That's a no-brainer. My brain.
Okay.
Overthinking?
Not
That's
using
not
it
an
enough.
Please edit.
No, that was a joke, man. No-brainer, brain.
Answer, but the joke that led up to the answer.
Why you guys making me
You should have answered last. You have spoiled
making me feel very Android out here?
Andy, if you want to apologize to the part, we know we're apologizing, of course, to the big boy, but what body part would you apologize to?
Damn, I think my mind as well, bro.
Walai?
Yeah.
Okay, break it down.
Because and sadly, it's a thing. Like, if you think about yourself 6 months ago, like, damn, 6 months ago, I made some really dumb decisions. But 6 months ago, those were the best decisions.
Ilikuwa December.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
if I had to, not that I would apologize, but it's the negative parts, the parts that I didn't love about me, like the parts I looked down on instead of loving. You know, when you're like, maybe I wasn't as confident I was. It all comes from the mind, right? I didn't do this because maybe I was scared. I was afraid of doing this. I didn't say this. Okay. So it all goes back to the mind. That's why I'd apologize to the mind.
So 2 minds. Okay.
Yeah.
G.
My heart.
You?
Breaking it.
You have
fixing
one?
it. What going?
Not my emotional heart, my heart.
Your heart. Yeah, break it down first.
As in, I needed to exercise more. I needed to treat it better. I needed to be very cardiovascular. Yeah, my
we
heart.
liked the other one better.
But anyway, let me top it off. I'd apologize to my back. Haven't oiled this back in a while, so
Oh, I thought you were going to say because of all the things and people you've been carrying on your back.
that too.
Your whole
Been a lot
life.
of people on the back.
I
Then.
don't,
Okay.
I don't know the knives.
Yes, all the knives. I would have been, all you and so, fire him. Anyway, open mic time. My boyfriend used my credit card without my consent. What should I do?
Pay the bill.
Yeah, ask what else you need, bro.
Wait,
What kind
My
of question is
boyfriend
that?
used my credit card without my consent.
First of all,
If he has the
pin
pin,
number, you gave it to him.
yeah, blame
You
yourself.
can't use it without the pin. Yeah, unless online. But even these days online, they're coming through for double factor authentication. So it's her fault.
Yeah.
So we're just
Actually,
putting the
that's
blame on
true.
her.
Victim shame.
Yeah.
Tinder swindlers.
You know, like, as Dave Chappelle would say, I was the kind of person who would be like, when Chris Brown had a fight with Rihanna, like, well, what did she do? Like, okay, cut that out. But yeah, no, but like victim shame. Yeah, pay, go on. You
Just
pay
pay
the
it.
bill.
Okay. Hi, gents. Big fan of the podcast. Say hi to Andy, Neville, and G and Calvin.
up?
Would you guys give your partner access to your bank account and stuff, like a year-long relationship? If you've
No.
been dating for a year, can you give them access to your bank accounts?
No, I think this is, for me, this is how it works. If you've been dating for a year and you're choosing to get to that level of your relationship, see, you open a joint account.
Okay.
You open a
Yeah,
joint
I'm
account.
with you on that. Yeah,
You open
can
a
have the
joint.
pin
You
to
open
that
a joint account, and let's say I have no issue with telling you that how much I get paid, and then we can split up and say, okay, this is how much I'm going to pay into the joint account, and because we all know. A woman never has one bank account. A woman never has one bank account. A man will be with Stan Chart for 50 years.
Since
Loyalty.
he was in high school,
Since high school.
paying school fees.
Since he had his year card. You trying to say?
Jumbo Junior. Jumbo
One
Junior.
coin.
Senior now.
Calvin, what do you think about this? A year-long relationship, you give someone
A year
access
is
to the bank
nothing,
account
bro.
or not?
You ain't getting shit.
For real?
If you get to that point, have a joint account. I think anyway.
100%. Anyway, then again.
sharing to begin,
Bro,
leave
then
alone
again.
bank,
They just said bank
social
account
media.
1 year.
Yeah, now I'm
1
asking
year.
us. Leave
Fam,
alone now bank.
listen, bro. You ain't graduated. Tell me a school you can graduate in a year.
In a year, so
You
4
know what I
years.
mean? So, worst case scenario, we can really be sending money to a particular bank account so that
like
it
joint.
looks like.
And also, like, by the way, women are better with money than men. Let's not get it twisted. Like, I know for a fact, at the end of the day, like once you decide to go down that path, if you find a good woman and she's like on it financially, let her handle that shit. That's just the fact. Women, I don't know about nowadays women, but women are like generally in that era. Like,
okay, sorry.
what's up?
Come on.
No, for real. I think about it, bro. I can tell you this, right? If it wasn't for my grandmother, my grandfather would have had nothing to retire to. She handled everything. Like, he literally got paid, come home, there's the money, and she did everything.
Nice.
You know, and then think about it. How nice would that be actually? Because you know what, hey, it's a struggle managing your finances sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
I had another one here, but I think this one is gonna take long. We save it for a different day.
Okay, so
Need to wrap it
easy
up.
one here, maybe not easy. Which is more important, legacy or money?
Money.
Screw a legacy.
I think I want a legacy.
Fam, listen.
Let me ask you a question. When we hear
that's a tough one.
R.I.P. Mamba, R.I.P. Nipsey, when we hear stories and we see videos of Kobe Bryant and what he did and blah, 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 is that part of the legacy?
Yeah, that's part of
Those
his
stories
legacy.
and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think I want that.
Nah, you know, for me, I don't think legacy exists.
Okay.
I think our achievements, if they're positive, will impact future generations. But I would never have my life skewed towards a legacy. I'd want my life skewed towards enjoyment in the here and now. It's like, end of the day, fam, you know, everything that black people generally, our biggest issue on planet is that everything is promised in the hereafter. Like, you know,
Heaven.
this, that, the other. Whereas the white man gets to enjoy his shit here.
Now.
I'm gonna go grab a crocodile today.
You know, Elon Musk gets to go to Mars.
Yeah, every
And,
day.
you know, and every fucking like weekend, hey, I'm going to Mars. You know what I mean?
Weekend road trip, let's go.
You know, or the average white kid gets to do like, you know, like I always say, when you see these white parents at sports day, hey Tristan, let's do the egg and spoon race now. You know what I'm trying to say? Nah, shit. Listen, give me money to fulfill my dreams and fulfill the lifestyle I want and bless the people I want to bless in the here and now.
I'm totally with you, bro. Cause bro, legacy, man. When we're at the retirement home, legacy ain't gonna mean
imagine-
shit.
Ah, man, legacy is gonna
Legacy
make
for the
Bro,
people,
other
it's not
old
for you.
people.
So
come there and be like,
imagine
when
that
you
young
were on
and
the
not saying, man, I'm a white Calvin's ass
not even
because
that. You go white
he
and
was
good
a
'cause you
real
know.
guy.
'Cause you on the
Oh
mics are
hell no,
open.
yeah
No,
man.
good.
He used to be on the mics are open.
Imagine.
That time I've got Uko Parkinson.
See, Leo,
Wait a minute.
she works it good.
Forget that.
Just open mic.
You live you live for your legacy. And then by the time we got to Zen, what's after Gen Z? Zen A
Gen
again?
Alpha.
Whatever the fuck we'll call it.
They come through and they're like, hey, like, that's the motherfucker who XYZ. Let's piss on his grave.
Wow.
No, but I
Listen,
feel like
Andy.
I feel like I don't want to get detached from my achievements. Like once I achieve something like this, I want to get detached from it
I agree.
because it's done. Like I've
Mission
achieved this,
accomplished.
I've conquered this. Now legacy is for people. Like oh, you feel like this was good or you feel like this was great, good for you, but that doesn't do anything. Yeah, it might soothe your ego, it might stroke your ego just a bit, but then what? You know, are you going to now look for the next thing to, you know, extend your legacy? Because it's going to be a constant chase, a dog chasing its tail, and it's tiring. Man.
But what do your exes remember you guys for?
This
And on
bit
that
of-
note,
Hey,
it's time to end the podcast.
Don't forget.
Hey.
Jump down into the comments if you're on YouTube or if you're listening to us on audio. Just go to our social media pages. Make sure you register to get your free shit for the Mics Are Open Happiness Walk on the 20th of March. The link is in the bit down there. It takes you like 2 minutes to register. I'd do it now if I was you, because once we get to 500, we're capping it and we're already at like 350 already. So by the time you premiere Gang, sort your life out, we're probably gonna hit 500. So
500, yes.
there you go. Cool. My name is G Money.
And the young.
Neville.
Big C.